Hello and welcome back to Classic Mini Restoration with me, Mini Tom. So, quick update tonight. I've just spent half an hour while the kids are in bed and before 8 o'clock just doing a little bit of filling and sanding on the back end. So I've put a bit of stopper on the passenger side where them sort of pinholes were, and on the driver's side I've added a bit more filler, sanded it back, put some primer on it, but I'm not 100% happy with it. I can still feel when the weld line is a little bit high. Maybe that's because I've sanded too much filler away, or because it's just generally high. I don't think it was on that part, but we'll see what happens. So what I'll do is I'll flip the camera around, I'll show you what I've used for the stopper and how I've applied it. That needs sanding back off. It's quite fine, really fine sort of filler, so it won't take much, maybe some 240 onto 320, and that's ready for that then. And then I can DA the rest of this panel here. I can DA all this with maybe some 400 grit going up to sort of 500 grit on an interference pad, which is a bit spongy, and then that should be ready for paint. Obviously I'll go all the way up here and what have you, maybe with some Scotch Brite or again with DA. So that's nearly done. The valance is done like I said in the last video, and I've just got a bit more filler work to do on that one. It'll probably pass, you probably won't notice it, but this is sort of going back on what I've been saying all this time. All the sort of floors and the boot area and stuff in here has been done on a budget and in a hope that I never have to, well, I'll come back in 2 or 3 years and redo it. Whereas this rear panel, I want to keep this rear panel as it is because the repairs are very small. The actual hinge panel here is original and it's really good. So it's only really under the lights that went. I want to try and keep that, so when I do the full car again in a few years, this panel I'm hoping will stay, which is why I haven't put any filler on the lip, so that when I go to plug weld back into it again in future, it's not going to damage any of that work. That's the intention. So this one I want to be as bang on as I can get it. So that's why, I mean, you can just slightly feel a little ridge where that weld line is on the driver's side, but it'd paint over, it'd look fine, you'd probably never tell it were there, but I want this to be right. This panel especially, I want it to be as good as it possibly can be, even in a few years time when I do it all. This is going to stay as it is. So I'll flip the camera around, I'll show you this bit of stopper that I put on here, and then I'll show you the driver's side. So, because it's quite dark, I've got my my torch on, so you won't see me in this one because I'm watching what I'm sort of filming through it. But you can see that I put some stopper there where there were some pinholes, and I put some stopper there too where there was that little bit of a mark in the bottom corner. This is a shout out to Martin from Mini Man Shed. Now, he suggested getting like a lollipop stick or a paint stirrer, which I've got some here, which you can see, quite nice and flat, and basically gluing a little strip of sandpaper to it so you can actually rub it down and keep it nice and flat, rather than getting your fingers in there and you're going to get grooves because obviously your finger's not flat. Doing it with that's a really good shout. And then I remembered that I have a multi-tool with a sanding attachment which will get right in that corner. So in future, note to self, use a multi-tool where you can't get in, and that would have probably prevented that a little bit, but anyway, we're done now. It's too late to use that because it is quite noisy. So that's stopper and that's stopper there, which obviously I'll have to sort of sand back a little bit, but it's not too bad. And the stopper that I've used is this. It's called, well, it's Holt's knifing putty. Fills surface scratches and stone chips, so basically pinholes. And what you need to do, you need to be careful when you get this, because you need to get one that doesn't sink. I think it contains something specific to make it not sink into it. I can't remember what it was. If I find out, I'll put it in the description below. So you apply it really lightly. It's not at all for bodywork, it's literally for pinholes. It won't do anything other than that. It goes off quite quick, and to put it on, you just put it onto your onion board or your bit of cardboard, whatever you're using. A small bit, mix it around a little bit with your spreader, and then just apply it in small sections like that. And that'll get sanded off, and all you'll see is a few little white dots there and a few little white dots there. All this area will go. There'll just be a few little white dots, and I'll show you that before I go in if I've got time. So that's that side, and like I say, it'll all get DA'd all up here, and it'll all be fandabby-dozy. This side, So that's all been sort of filled and sanded around there. That I'm really happy with that bit there. And again around here, all this bit is obviously original, and that will stay as it is. That's nice and flat. But where I'm having the little bit of a line is, I don't know if you can sort of see, that's my original welding line there. So that needs to be tapped in a little bit, and then just there, you might be able to see the outline of it. Just there, because obviously there's filler there and there's bare steel there. So you can sort of see the difference in primer colour. That's where the high spot is, and you can just feel it when you're running your hand back and forwards. So I think what I'll do is I'll put some more filler, because that's all obviously as it should be. It's just a little bit low here. So I'll probably put filler on to bring it up to that line. And then again, we'll filler prime it all, flat it all back, give it a nice coat of primer so it's all the same colour, and it's a good base for the top coat to match onto. And that's that side. So what I've done, I've gone 40 grit, 80 grit, 120, 180, 240, 320, and that's what it's finished up as. And then again, I'll DA it with probably 400, 500, then 600, and that should be ready to accept a top coat then. So that's that. So what I'll do is I'll put you on pause for a little bit. I'll finish the passenger side where that stopper is. I'll show you them little pinholes, and then we'll just get a little bit of primer on that just to protect it. I'll see you in a sec. Right, so hopefully you can see this. I'll bring you in a bit closer. That side's been done. You can just sort of see the bit of damage just down there. Well, not damage, but where the filler was. So that's all done now. Hopefully it focuses for you. And then just on this bit here, do you see the little holes, the little pinholes there it's filled? And that's basically what stopper does. It just plugs up them little pinholes. There's a cat just coming underneath my car. It's gonna be a nightmare to go. If I put a bit of this in it, maybe you'll see it better. A bit of panel wipe. You can see them? Just there. So that's what it sorts out. So that's me done. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to put a bit of primer on it again, over just the steel bits really, bit of primer and then a bit of filler primer over it, and then that's that job done. So it's getting late, it's just past 8 o'clock, so I'm going to get just this stuff put back in garage door shut and what have you. That's me done. Sorry if you can't see me too well, the light's not good. It's getting to winter, so yeah, we're getting darker nights. I mentioned on another video, if anyone local to Leeds or the Leeds area or West Yorkshire or anything like that has got a free 12-inch steel wheels that I can borrow for a few weeks while I paint mine and sandblast them, then please get in touch. One guy did, but he's in Wigan and it's a little bit further than what I wanted to go really, so I'm not in a rush. If anyone has got free wheels want to borrow for a little bit, then please get in touch. That'd be really fantastic. I really appreciate it. I think the cat's gone. Yeah, so I hope you liked it. Sorry, it's a short update. Not really a tutorial, just a little bit about what I'm doing and what this side is looking like. I'm not filming too much of the driver's side because I've focused on this one for you guys so you can see this step by step. Hope you enjoyed it. Please like, share, subscribe, ring the bell, and let me know if you've got any comments. Cheers, bye.